The Vikings were a seafaring and warlike people who lived mainly between the 8th and 11th centuries. They came mainly from the peoples of Scandinavia, present-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. The Vikings traveled by sea to different parts of Europe and established settlements and trade. The Vikings were known for their famous long ships. These ships were light and fast, capable of crossing both rivers and oceans. Vikings often traveled for exploration, trade, and war. There are research findings that the Vikings' overseas travels extended to Greenland and parts of North America. Known as warriors, the Vikings inspired fear and respect in the communities around them with their fighting skills and strategies. Vikings also had religious beliefs and were known for their mythology. Gods such as Odin, Thor, and Loki were important figures in Viking mythology. The lifestyle and culture of the Vikings has survived through archaeological finds, runic writings, and literary works on Viking mythology. The history of the Vikings is an important part of Europe's history, shedding light on a period of the Middle Ages. The economy of the Viking community was mainly based on agriculture, animal husbandry, and maritime trade. Agricultural products were used for trade as well as for the Vikings' own needs. The Vikings were also able to enrich themselves through spoils and taxes. The political structure of the Vikings usually consisted of small chiefdoms, and these chiefdoms competed among themselves. Viking society placed great importance on fighting skills and courage, which could determine a person's status in society. The Vikings also developed arts and crafts. Skills such as jewelry making, wood carving, and working with metals were an important part of Viking culture. The runic alphabet was a medium for written expression and allowed the Vikings to record their history, mythology, and daily life. Although the Vikings are known throughout history for their terrible raids and invasions, they also interacted with different parts of Europe through seafaring, trade, and cultural exchange. These interactions enriched the traces and cultural heritage of the Vikings throughout history. Viking society had pagan beliefs and a deep respect for nature, the sea, and the gods. Rituals and religious ceremonies were an important part of their daily lives. The funeral rites of the Vikings were also remarkable, with traditions such as burying the deceased with their belongings and even their ship. The Vikings began to convert to Christianity in the early Middle Ages. This conversion was an important cultural change that affected the Viking community. Christianity influenced the values and norms of Viking society, but some traditional beliefs and rituals continued. The seafaring skills of the Vikings enabled them to travel to different parts of Europe. They established settlements in countries such as England, France, and Spain, and became influential in these lands. The Viking settlement in these regions caused them to interact with local cultures and learn from different civilizations. As a result, the Vikings played an important role throughout history, not only with their warrior identity, but also with their seafaring, art, trade, and cultural exchange, and their legacy continues to be studied by historians and researchers even today.